We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to fight to hold support. And in today's volatility, our SPY buy at 9:50 a.m. sent out a bear indicator, and from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside, pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, fighting to hold support. And in today's video, we're going to break down the key levels I would watch. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run today was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run today was from our Netflix bot. Our Netflix bot at 9:35 a.m. sent out a bear indicator. From that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside, pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 120% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition here from bright green bars to white with red borders and back up to bright green bars in the second half of the day. If this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY stock, the S&P 500 index, with a bear indicator in the first half of the day at the 519.80 area and a bull indicator popping up here after doing a full transition to the dip area, back up to the rip area, and a bull indicator has popped up at the 517 level. Now, it isn't the only stock pushing upwards here. We have the QQQ within the volatility back under a bull indicator at 440. You have Tesla here having strength with a bull indicator since Friday at 166, trying to retest and break out from a key resistance up here above 175 at the 177 level, trying to head towards 180. I've been watching that and broken that down in previous videos. And you have Apple pushing back up again at a critical support here back above 168 and trying to head towards 170, right? Rejected off of it and it's trying to push upwards even though it's under a bear indicator. I will be watching if that can get canceled. And you have Netflix here erasing all the gains that it had from Thursday to Friday in the last 2 days, going from the rip area back down to the dip area and at a crucial support once again down here near 620 to the 615 area. So I will be watching Netflix very closely down here if it could try to bring itself back up and get a bull indicator to cancel out that bear indicator. from the 638 level. That is a crucial resistance. Now, on the SPY, when you zoom out and look at this from the 1 hour, we could see a bear indicator popped up in the first half of the day for the first time in the last 3 days, up here at 519, and now back under a bull indicator. It has not confirmed yet, and in the next 12 minutes it will. And if this bull indicator confirms, this bear indicator will be canceled, and I will be watching if the inflows follow to justify this move back up so far. That's going to be crucial here in the bigger picture. Now, when we go ahead and zoom into the volatility of the 15-minute, we could see a full transition here from the rip area to the dip area and back up to rip areas here in the after hours and back under a bull indicator at 516.80, canceling out that bear indicator from the first half of the day at the 519.70 area, and it is fighting right now to stay above that level in the after hours. It's going to be crucial to use this area as support and push up even higher. That's what I'm going to be watching in the volatility going into tomorrow and the rest of the after hours. Now, what are the key levels I'll be watching? We're going to break that down, and I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflows and what are the key levels I'll watch going into tomorrow. Here we are with the SPY stock, the S&P 500 index, with inflows trying to pick back up here on the 30-minute after outflows were dominating since the beginning of the opening bell and the first half of the day. You could see that sharp drop here of outflows hitting lows down here of negative 5.1 and things dropping sharply from 520, rejecting that critical resistance up here back down to a critical support near 515 to 514 area, and it bounced right back up as soon as it got to 517, a crucial resistance. When we're below it, it used it as support, and it's pushing back up here to get back above 520. That is something to not ignore here, with inflows back over the midpoint, sitting at green and 1.25 positive above the midpoint. It has room to even go higher based off the history of the chart, and that's what I'll be watching for going into tomorrow. Now, when we zoom out and look at this from the 1 hour, we could see why things are kind of slowing down here and struggling to push above that 520 resistance, because outflow started to dominate yesterday, and this sharp drop that we saw here in the open, outflows continue to push down lower at negative 3.47. Support levels were tested, and it's using 515, 517 as support to start that staircase effect. But to justify this move so far, these inflows will need to push upwards and back above the midpoint. I will be watching for that very closely, because if these outflows continue to dominate in the bigger picture, it can quickly start to pull things back down towards key support levels, and that is something to not overlook here on the 1 hour chart. Now, when we zoom into the volatility of the 15-minute, we can go ahead and see here that the SPY had outflows dominating in the first half of the day, and in this sharp bounce back up, inflows have started to dominate and cross over the midpoint and back above to the 3.36 area, right, on inflows of the 15-minute chart. Now, it's going to be crucial and critical here for inflows to stay above, because if these outflows begin, it can quickly start to reflect that weakness into these charts, and if that weakness rolls over into the 30-minute chart as well, pulling it back down, the first support I'll be watching is 518, then below that is 515, and then I'll be watching the 513 level. Now, to the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows to continue pushing up here, continue this staircase effect here to the upside on these charts, roll it over into the 30-minute, get those inflows back above on the 1 hour. This is going to be crucial, or at least start heading towards the midpoint to justify this move. And the first resistance is 520. Then above that, I'll be watching 523. And then comes the 525 area. So these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial, and the inflow versus outflows, I would not ignore them, especially with the 1 hour being below the midpoint. It needs to start pushing up to justify these moves in the bigger picture, as the 30-minute and the 15-minute are back above and fighting to stay above. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.